Hello, you're listening to Radio Lewis, where the music matters. My name's Steve Brooks, and this is Vapour Trails.
My granddaddy's got long white hair, but I'll tell you now that he ain't no square, 'cause he sits and rocks in his rocking chair. Well, my granddaddy's rocking in his rocking chair. Well, granddaddy's rocking in his rocking chair. Granddaddy's rocking 'cause he ain't no square. He's gotta sit down and rock, but he don't care. Granddaddy's rocking in his rocking chair. Well, let's let it rock, granddaddy. Rock in your rocking chair. He's a rocking out of rhythm and a scary square. Granddaddy's rocking in his rocking chair. Party the other night, the place was jumping and the cats were riding. They heard a crazy sound from the other room. When they saw Granddaddy, this is what the cats all blew. Well, Granddaddy's rocking in his rocking chair. Granddaddy's rocking 'cause he ain't no square. He gotta sit down and rock, but he don't care. Granddaddy rocking in his rocking chair. Well, rock, Granddaddy, rock in your rocking chair. He's a rocking out of rhythm and a scary square. Granddaddy rocking in the rocking chair. Yeah. Take that, Granddaddy. Let's hit it. Yeah. Well, just rock, Granddaddy. Rockin' in the rocking chair. He's a rockin' out of rhythm and a scary square. Granddaddy rockin' in his rocking chair.
And welcome to another Vapour Trails, and this week's show is pretty much serendipity in action. And what I mean by that is yesterday I was a bit unsure of exactly how the show was going to be compiled of, so I put a bare bones playlist online and asked people to contribute and put some requests in. And yes, Peter Bonnell Smith down at the Rifle Volunteering Dunnislake asked, is there a theme? And I was like, I don't know, is there a theme? And I was looking through and I was like, oh, quiffs, how about that? So then we ended up with quite a number of requests to do with quiffs. And so there's also then started getting songs about the summer for some reason, very unseasonal, and also there's a bit of swearing. So that's it today. Quiffs, seasonal songs, or unseasonal songs rather, and a bit of swearing. So those of you of a nervous disposition, probably best to hide under a doily and read a copy of The People's Friend until it's safe to come out. That first track there was a guy called Matt Curtis, Grandad's Rockin' from 1956, and Matt Curtis is famous basically for his haircut, which was a flat top style, otherwise known as the two-iron fender style of its time. And pretty much, yeah, that's Matt Curtis invented that, and then that's led to all kinds of imitations over the years, but he was one of the original ones. And that leads us nicely to the next band, which is the local band the Hillmans, and I'm going to dedicate this song for all the Watford boys back home, all the ones that follow the Hornets, and this is The Hornet.
Yeah!
Okay, that was the Hillmans there, and like I say, that goes out to all the old Watford fans. That's Marky Dormer, Jimmy Reeder, Watford John, of course, Alan Lowe, John Lowe, and all the others. And that was from a couple of years back from their album Kings of the Wheeled Frontier. And hopefully the singer Clive will be coming in sometime soon to talk about all things psychobilly and play some of his favourite tracks. They're also playing live at the moment, so catch them while you can. I saw him the other week at the Prince Albert in Brighton. Absolutely phenomenal. And moving along now, we've got our first request, and Peter's already had one shout out. Is that too many for one show? Peter Van L. Smith at the Rifle Volunteer in Gunners Lake, and he was talking about quiffs and then started talking about summer and basically asked for this one, and this is Queens of the Stone Age and Feel Good Hit of the Summer. Oh, I don't know about that lot. A Rich T Finger's about as strong as I go at the moment with this sober thing I'm doing. Anyway, that was the Queen of the Stone Age, and that was especially for Peter. And another request, and we've got a couple more now. We're kind of keeping this unseasonably summer, because that's exactly what it is at the moment, isn't it? Hopefully there'll be snow on the way sometime soon. Soon be Christmas. Anyway, yes, next song is for my old mate Alan Walker, who requested this one. And yes, this is the Backarooders and Summer Fun.
Your Plymouth dealer is a dealing man, yeah.
I'm a Plymouth dealer, a dealing man. And right now I'm giving the best deal ever on that new Plymouth Backaruda.
Hey, man, the name of the Plymouth Fastback is the Barracuda.
I can't pronounce Backaruda.
Yeah, well, look, man, try this. Say back.
Ba.
Raw.
Ra.
Coo.
Coo.
Da.
Da.
Now put it all together.
Baba. Ra. Ra. Cuckoo. Da. Da.
Well, it ain't Barracuda, man, but I think we got a hit record.
Screwing up
we go. That was the Barracudas, of course, with Summer Fun from 1981. And cheers for that one, Alan. And yes, the Barracudas did have a bit of a reputation for being a kind of very garagey live band, along with the Piranhas as well, from down this way. And next up, and again, keeping with the unseasonable feeling, Barbie Rowe got in touch to say there's no quiffs, but she'd really love to hear this song. And this is Martha and the Muffins' big hit from 1980. And this is actually recorded from a vinyl single, so you can hear those crackles. It's just like the old days. And this, of course, is Echo Beach. Echo Beach there from Mark from the Muffins, especially for Barbie Rowe. And it's always nice when someone new wants to hear a request. And Lizzie, who I work with at the library at Falmer, asked me to play this next one. And interestingly enough, it actually fits in with the quiff idea as well. She wants to hear the Minutemen from 1984. And the drummer of Minutemen, Mike Hurley, he actually had this very kind of pronounced quiff that he grew. grew, and he called it the unit. And the idea was that while the rest of his body was engaged in playing the drums, his hair would actually catch everyone's attention. So that's quite something. Anyway, this is History Lesson Part 2, and this is from the album Double Nickels on a Dime.
Our band could be your life. Real names be proved. Me and Mike Watt, we played for years. Punk rock changed our lives. We learned punk rock in Hollywood. Drove up from Pedro. We were fucking corn dogs. We'd go drink and pogo. Mr. Narrator, this is Bob Dylan to me. My story could be his songs. I'm his soldier child. Our band of scientists rock. But I was E. Bloom, and Richard Hell, Joe Strummer, and John Doe. Me and Mike Watt playing a guitar.
Oh, thanks for that, Lizzie. That's Minutemen and History Lesson Part 2. Minutemen are kind of famous for providing by accident the soundtrack to Jackass, which is also on this album. It's a track called Corona. And unfortunately for the Minutemen, they finished in 1984 when their lead singer Dean Boone literally fell out the back of a car while they were in between gigs and broke his neck and died instantly. He was actually laying down in the back of the car because or the back of the van rather, because he had a bad back and unfortunately just fell out. And next up, we're keeping with the Quiffs again, and I think we'll stay with the Quiffs for a little bit. But this is for Phil Greenwood up in Huddersfield, who again introduced me to this band like he does a lot of bands and things. And this is from 1998, and this is Rocket from the Crypt and Dick on a Dog.
Is it red? Yeah! Is it red? Yeah! Is it red? Yeah! How red is it? I don't know. It's like a dick on a dog. It's like a dick on a dog. It's like a dick on a dog. Yeah, yeah. It's like a dick on a dog. It's like a hut. dick on a dog. It's like a 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 dick on a dog. It's like a
Oh, that's brilliant. I do like Rocket from the Crypt. Thanks for that one, Phil. And talking of quiffs and things, I suppose you can't really have a show about quiffs without the hillbilly cat himself in there. And this is going to go out to Karen Amsden of Hagar of the Womb, who was once a member of the Elvis fan club. Well, who wasn't? Well, not officially, I suppose. Anyway, this is a little-known track from 1960 from the album G.I. Blues, and this is Elvis with Shopping Around.
You got the hug in his arms, the thrill in his eyes. You just my style and you just the right size. Gonna stop the shopping around. I wanna stop shopping around, 'cause I find the girl I'm looking for. Oh, the very first time you touch my lips, took my little red book and I tore it in bits. Ain't gonna be a searching no more. I wanna stop shopping around, 'cause I find the girl I'm looking for. Ain't no other dolly I'm a one to hold. Hey, hey, baby, I really am sold on you. Such a pretty little package I never did see. Gonna wrap you up and take you home with me. I'm thrilled like never before. I'm gonna stop shopping around, 'cause I found the girlie I'm looking for. Ain't no other darling I'm a one to hold. Hey, hey, baby, I really am sold on you. Such a pretty little package I never did see. Gonna wrap you up and take you home with me. I'm thrilled like never before. I wanna stop shopping around, 'cause I find the girl I'm looking for. I'm gonna stop shopping around. I'm gonna stop shopping around. I'm gonna stop shopping around.
Radio Lewis. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Yes, you're listening to Radio Lewis, and yes, just that we'll remind you, rather, that we are now available around the world on Spotify, and that was Elvis with Shopping Around from GI Blues, and kind of that links in quite nicely with the next one, which is again more quiffs. This is the legendary John Robb, formerly of the Members, and this particular incarnation of Goldblade, and also the brains behind the Louder Than War website, who usually sports a very marvellous gold quiff, if memory serves me right. Anyway, this is from 1996, and this is Black Elvis. good, isn't it? That's Goldblade with Black Elvis, which apparently was a tribute to Bruce Lee, because he wore black and had a bit of a personality like Elvis, apparently. And Ben in the studio was just pointing out how that image of ninjas dressed in black and everything else is completely wrong. So there you go. But and if you see Ben in the street, you'll explain it to you. Anyway, moving along, next two songs. I'm going to play these together, I think. Well, not together, but one after another. And these are for the two Peter Coynes that I know on Facebook. Yes, it's one of those weird things when I have two friends with the same name, or acquaintances rather. And Peter Coyne, number one, of course, is the lead singer with the Godfathers, who we play on the second track, and also is the lead singer on his first track from 1985, the Sid Presley Experience. And the second Peter Coyne is my line manager at work. So yes, a bit of grovelling and toadying, and yes, thank you, Peter, for everything that you do. And yes, overtime is very welcome. And so yes, the first one is Sid Presley Experience from 1985, and this is Hop 234. I just let that one fade out properly. That's brilliant, isn't it? That's the Godfathers, and that was from an album, Big Bad Beautiful Noise, that came out last year, and the track Until My Heart Stops Beating. And the Godfathers are touring now. I think they're doing a European tour at the moment, but they did play in Brighton a couple of weeks ago, and it's absolutely brilliant. Really stormed the house on that occasion. And so next up is another request, and this is for the lovely Carolyn Mack, who was having a long chat on Facebook, and she actually gave me, I don't know, it was about 20 odd songs, I think, to choose from. But I've gone for this one, and this is a Norwegian artist called Ida Maria, and this is a song called Oh My God.
Find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life. Oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun, oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun. Been a smile on my face, 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 put a prize on my soul, put a prize on my soul, put a prize on my soul, put a prize on my soul. Oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun, oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun. Find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life. Find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, put a prize on my soul, put a prize on my soul, build a wall, build a fortress around my heart. Oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun, oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun. Is this fun for you?
Oh my God, indeed. That's Ida Maria there, and that was a choice of Caroline Mack. And cheers for that, Caroline. That was fantastic. Okay, we're going a bit back in time a bit now for a track by the Rosillos. Now, I'm actually recording this today. The show will go out in a week's time, and in between, I will actually see the Rosillos and Department S live here in Lewis. I suppose the best way to say is, yes, it was brilliant. even though hasn't happened yet, and anything could happen in the meantime. Anyway, this is for John Pollard and Paul Harton, and again more quiffs with this. The male lead singer in the Rezillos, Eugene Reynolds, had a marvellous quiff and actually won the NME Haircut of the Year award. I suspect that was 1978 when this record came out. Anyway, this is the Rezillos and Top of the Pops. There we go, those Rezillos from 1978 and Top of the Pops, including the rather marvellous Eugene Reynolds and his fantastic hair, but not the biggest quiff. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. So who has the biggest quiff then, if it's not Eugene Reynolds? It's actually the members of this next band, and these are Finnish. Ida Maria earlier on was Norwegian, and this is the Leningrad Cowboys. And kind of, some of you might remember in 1989 there was a film came out called Leningrad Cowboys Go America, and I think it was kind of, wasn't quite a documentary, but it did kind of follow them around the States, and I think they had a dead member of the band as well that they had to keep carrying around. But yeah, they had the most marvellous quiffs and just the biggest winkle pickers to go as well. And so yeah, this is from 1989, and this is Ballad of the Leningrad Cowboy.
Ground potatoes and some wine. I was happy driving tractors for last 20 life disappeared. One Leningrad cowboy raising cattle on the steppes. Won't you pour me another vodka? 'Cause I'm drinking to forget. He's the Leningrad cowboy raising cattle on the steppes. Won't you pour him another vodka? 'Cause he's drinking to forget. Alright, let me hear a little bit of guitar. Alright, back for a ska balalaika it is. Not too loud, not too loud. That's my song, that's my song. He's a Leningrad cowboy raising cattle on the steppes. Won't you pour him another vodka? 'Cause he's drinking to forget.
Yeah, the Leningrad Cowboys there. And, that came out in 1989. And at the time, I was working at R Price Music. And that song is especially for one of my colleagues from way back then, Ben North, who's been going through some unbelievable traumas in the past 12 months or so. And but has still managed to get his hair into a slight quiff from the last picture I saw of him. So that's for Ben and his good wife, Lana. OK, we're coming up to the last track of the show this week, and it's the Ali B moment, so a request for the missus. And this is the group Helen and the Horns from 1983. Now, Helen of Helen and the Horns is Helen Reddington, and she's actually a colleague of Ali B's up at the University of East London. And she also wrote a fantastic book that I've been reading recently. It's called The Lost Women of Rock Music, and there's a particular concentration or lots of chapters around the punk music scene in Brighton of the late 70s, and it's an excellent read, so I do recommend it. So just before we go, thanks for everyone for sharing and caring, especially Mild Mannered Max and Robert Laird up in Edinburgh. And so we're going to leave you with this is Helen and the Horns and Freight Train from 1983, and this is a pill session. So that's enough from me. Until next time, ta-ra.
For the Radio Lewis, where the music matters.